Hey guys, welcome to a quick video on simulating. This is going to be split into different parts. Firstly, I'm just going to show you how to get the add-on up and running and how to copy the data from your character into the add-on and run like a normal sim to see like what in your bag you should have on. And then we're going to look at Droptimizer, and finally we're going to look at how to like sim in a way which will give you like minuscule upgrades and like pretty much like the mid-maxy stuff. So first of all, you're going to need an add-on called Simulation Craft. So you're going to go over to CurseForge, type in SimC, or if it doesn't appear here, which it isn't for me, you can search Simulation Craft. Simulation, just search simulation, it'll come up. So this first one, Simulation Craft here by these people, Nav. Now, once you're in WoW, make sure you hit /reload. And there is a few things that we need to go over before you copy the data from your character. First of all, you want to make sure you have your gear on, the gear that you believe is the best. Along with this, you need to have the correct talent build. Make sure you're in the talent build for what you want simming. So if you're going to sim a raid boss, you know, sim it in that talent build. If you're simming for Mythic Plus, sim it in Mythic Plus build, right? So now, in the chat, you can search type /simc. I'm just going to pop up this window here. You can Control C and it'll disappear when it's copied. Now, go into your browser and search raidbots. The links for this site and a link to the Simulation Craft add-on will also be in the description. So now when you're in raidbots, you want to select Top Gear. And there's going to be this panel here. If it's your first time, it'll be empty like this. And now the thing you've just copied from the Simulation C add-on, you want to paste it into here. And then all your gear and stats will appear here like this. Now, for example, if I wanted to see if these trinkets would be better than the current ones I have equipped, you can just click on them. I'm going to click on all these trinkets here. You're going to scroll down, make sure you're in your right build. And now, on the simulation options, since I'm simming for Mythic Plus, I can select like 4 targets, 5 targets. I'm going to just select 5 and patchwork. So the options here are like differ between characters, right? So you can check the WoW Discord and ask, see which one's best for your character. But if just a safe bet, just use patchwork. Patchwork seems to be the most accurate for just in general use. And now select the length. I'm going to select 3 minutes. You can go above this, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever you want to do. However long you think your fights will last, depending on key level, etc. Now here, for the food and consumables, leave this as default. This is just going to have like the normal buffs, right? It's just going to be whatever buffs. And then now you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and click Find Top Gear. And then the simulation will run. Okay, once the simulation is complete, it will show your predicted DPS, and it will show you your best gear here. So what I currently have equipped is my top gear, and it shows me how much of a downgrade equipping any of them other trinkets would have been. So you can look through this and relevant DPS. So I have 10,000 extra damage compared to running it with the feather, for example. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to swap to a lower piece of gear and copy again, just to show how it works if you get an upgrade. So I'm going to run the simulation again. The settings should have stayed the same. Yep, 3 minutes, patchwork, 5 targets. Cool, the simulation is complete. And now you see here, this will light up orange, showing that this is a damage increase. And then below it shows how much of a damage increase it is. It's a 0.7% increase on damage. Almost an entire percentage damage increase between these two rings. And here you can look at relevant DPS. I gain 2000 DPS by equipping this ring. So then obviously you'll go back over to World of Warcraft and equip that ring. And yeah. Okay, so now the second part of simming. I'm going to copy my import string again. And I'm going to go click on red box to go back here. And I'm going to show the quick sim feature. This is going to show your DPS breakdown. So again, paste it in. Select whatever you want to run here. Single target, AoE, whatever. Leave this as default. Or maybe swap between the food buffs and flasks if you want to see which one will be better, for example. There is also a sim for that, so that will be shown later in the video. Okay, the sim is complete. So now this would be my damage breakdown. So when I'm like, for example, if I'm completing a dungeon and I want to look at what damage I did, for example, I can see if Ferocious Bite was like on top, for example, how much percentage off Ferocious Bite damage I'm doing. Same with Primal Wrath and Swipe, for example. Convoke the Spirits, Frenzy. You can look at all of this, make sure it matches what you're doing. And here's your buff uptime. So I'm going to have 100% uptime practically on this, along with these other buffs here. For example, if I have a fight and then I check my uptime on Tiger's Fury and it's lower than 50, I know that I could have had higher uptime and it would have led to more damage. And then next time I play, I will, use this information to do that. So now that's the basic sim. That is pretty much all you need to do. If you get a new piece of gear in your bag and you're like, oh, will this be an upgrade? That's mostly what you need. So now I'm going to show the more mid-maxy part of the sim. Oh, sorry, no, I'm not. I lied. I'm going to show the drop optimizer. So before you start farming your gear, you can run a drop optimizer to see where the best place to farm is, right? So we're going to do this by going back to the red bots menu and clicking drop optimizer. Paste your import string here. And now there is, obviously you can see all these options here. If you're crafting, you're going to click on Epic Profession Items and you can select what level craft you're going to be. It'll most likely be the 285 one. And then again, you run the same options and you run your drop optimizer for your crafted gear. Make sure you select what stats you're going to craft with, along with any gems for rings and stuff like that, like your gems, etc. And then you're going to run your sim. And it will show you what next you should craft and what will give the biggest upgrade. Now for raid, it's the exact same. You're going to go to Void Spire, or whatever raid you're doing, it works the same for all. If you're running on Heroic, select Heroic. And you can always select the highest upgrade level, because whatever piece of gear you're most likely going to upgrade, and then it's going to show you how much of an upgrade that would be compared to other pieces of gear. Along with Mythic, make sure you select the mass upgrade spot here again. Now for Mythic Plus, you can select Mythic Plus here, all dungeons. And you can either select plus 10 Vault, so this is going to be on Myth Track items. If you're using a bonus roll on that dungeon, you want to select the plus 10 Vault. If you are not using a bonus roll and you're farming hero gear, select the normal Mythic plus 10 and select Max Upgrade. So make sure you do not do the wrong sim, because it will tell you to go after dungeons you may not need if you're not bonus rolling. So I'll run the sim here with the plus 10 Vault if I have a bonus roll. Okay, the simulation is complete. Now, this is telling me for my bonus roll. Remember, if you forget which sim you run, you can check here. It's going to be Mythic 2 out of 6 upgrade. Realistically, select 6 out of 6. I made a mistake there. But always select the max upgrade for the best, the most accurate, most accurate thing, right? It's going to tell you what's going to be the biggest upgrade overall. We can scroll down here. As we can see, it sets a priority list. So all of these are good priority. If you're less geared than I am on this character, the priority like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you can look at this as a baseline and see, or you can look at the DPS values. So here it's telling me that Seat can give me 2,200 extra DPS, would be from this ring here. It's a 0.8% DPS upgrade, along with this gear being 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, right? So I'd want to bonus roll here to try to get the ring maybe. Or I could bonus roll here, because this is also a massive upgrade, right? 0.8% from this ring, and there's less items here to get. So there is a higher chance of me getting my big upgrade, right? So just think of if you got a lot of bonus rolls and you want to gamble in Seats for the biggest upgrade overall, that's good. If you're low on bonus rolls and you want to make sure you get something good, either select the one that has the most options for an upgrade, or select the one that has the best chance to give you a big upgrade. So personally, I would run Academy here, since I've already bonus rolled these 2 items. And there is a higher chance of me getting this ring, which would be the biggest upgrade for me here. Obviously, 2,400 DPS. You can scroll down here and it shows you the values in a list here. So the rings are my best upgrades, then head, ring, head. That's pretty much it for the Droptimizer. Yeah, again, make sure you select the best upgrade. Don't be an idiot like me. Again, if you're simming for raid, make sure you select one boss. And that's pretty much it for the Droptimizer. Now we're going to look a bit more into the Top Gear simulation. So repaste my sim. Now, if you're trying to get the best representation of what will be the best upgrade overall and what you should spend upgrades on, for example, you're going to select max all here, so you have enough currency to do any potential upgrades, along with selecting max catalyst charges if you're going to catalyze. So now here, I can select the little plus icon next to it, and it will let me modify the item, right? So I can add a socket to it from here. I can remove it to enchant, for example. With these wrists, for example, if I wanted to see how good it is if I catalyze it, right? So exact same item level, different stats. Same with this tunic, for example, if I wanted to remove the enchant and see how much of a DPS loss that is or whatever. Along with the cloak, I can convert this to a catalyst item. And then for gear you haven't upgraded yet, you can see how much of an upgrade you get from that upgrade, right? So, for example, this chest plate, I can sim it normally, and I can sim it so I can upgrade it, right? So if I would max upgrade this, how much of a bonus would I get from this being max upgraded? Along with, you can do the exact same with trinkets, see how big of an upgrade that is if I max it out, compared to other trinkets. Same with this feather, let's do the feather too, and select the normal one. Weapon, I can select, see how big of an upgrade it is if I use my void core thing, compared to using it on my trinket. Now, the enchantments part, you can select all the different enchants, for example, if you wanted to sim to see which would be the best enchant. So this, I mostly do this with rings, so you can sim it all with these rings, right? So now it's going to check and apply each enchant to each different ring, and it's going to tell me which enchant I should be using, which one gives me the most DPS. Exact same with gems. You can select both diamonds, along with your gems that you might be using, so like Mastery Haste, for example, if I want to see how much of an upgrade I get from using Haste Mastery instead, or maybe Mastery Crit. Now here, as I was saying before, you can sim the different flasks. So I can sim and see which flask or which potion is going to grant me the most damage. Again, make sure you're on the right build. That's pretty much everything here that you want to check out. I will run the sim, and there is one additional thing I will describe after this sim. Okay, the sim has run. So now it's telling me that using the Void Core on my trinket and my sword, my polearm, sorry, would be the best upgrade out of everything here. Along with the crit flask being my best flask to use. As I said, it's showing all the combinations here. This was a big sim, so there's a lot of combinations here. Not every sim is going to have this many combinations, obviously. I simmed a lot there. Yes, it's showing me, so this catalyst plus pot. This is how much damage I'm going to have. And with this currently equipped, I'm at 305,000, and you can compare it to what other things would be upgraded and how much damage they're going to give. So now, here's the damage loss. Yep, so the last thing I wanted to mention with this Top Gear section is, for example, say if I wanted to see if, like, for example, see if I wanted to see if this neck would be a good upgrade for me, right? The ribbon. I can go and scroll down here and search. Okay, so now I can select the ribbon here, and it will add it to the simulation, right? But as you see, this is at item level 44. You want to add the item level here. There's going to be a drop down. I want to sim it for if I kill the boss on Mythic. So I'm going to sim it at 289 and add it again. And as you see, it's now in the sim at 289. Again, I can remove the socket if I want to sim it by itself, or it will add the gems. So as we see, this neck would be an upgrade for me. It would be a 2000 DPS upgrade or a 1% upgrade from what I currently have on. So I can go farm this neck on Mythic if I wanted to. You can do the exact same for Heroic and Dungeons. If there's a specific item that you think might be an upgrade and that is worth farming, you can sim it and figure out. Now, I believe that's everything If I missed something or you want more details on a certain part of this, please hit me up on Discord or I'll put a comment on the video. But thank you.